Let us understand the concept of hire purchase. As we know, it is always not possible by a purchaser to meet up the higher demand for the goods due to immediate cash payments. To meet this demand, the concept of hire purchase is very popular in the market. Under this system, the purchaser pays the entire amount in installments like monthly, quarterly and yearly installment with some interest. Under this system, the goods are sold with the following condition. Condition number 1 is ownership. Possession of goods is delivered to a hirer, but the title of the goods are transferred only when the agreed sum is paid by the hirer. Number 2 is right to return. Such a hirer has a right to terminate the agreements at any time before the property so passes. That means he has the option to return the goods. In that case, he need not pay any installments falling due thereafter. However, the hirer cannot recover the sums already paid, as such sum legally represents higher charges of the goods in question. The hire purchaser during that period of possession of goods cannot damage, destroy, pledge or sell such a goods. In case of installment sale, it is not only possession of goods but also ownership of goods is transferred to the buyer immediately at the time of agreement. Further, in installment system, if the buyer stops the payment of dues, then he does not have the right of seizing the goods. Now let us understand the difference between hire purchase and installment sale. The first point of difference is ownership. In case of hire purchase, it stipulates the time at which the ownership passes to the buyer. It is usually on the payment of last installments. But in case of installment sale, ownership passes at the time of sale. Second point of difference is default in making the payment. Seller can repossess the goods. In that case, the installment so far paid is stated to be hiring charges. But in case of installment sale, seller does not have any other right except the right of suing the buyer for the non-payment of price. Next point of difference is right of sale or otherwise. No right to sell or otherwise transfer the goods since legal position of the hirer is bailey. In case of installment sale, right to sell or otherwise transfer the goods. The last point of difference is loss or damage to the goods. In case of hire purchase, any loss occurring to the goods has to be borne by the sellers. If the buyer but in case of installment sale, any loss occurring to the goods has to be borne by the buyer. Now let us understand some important features of hire purchase. First important feature is the hire vendor has the right to repossess the asset in case of difficulties in obtaining the payment of installments. Second, hire purchaser can use the asset right after making the agreements with the hire vendor. Number 3, every installment is treated as hire charge for using the asset. Fourth, the hire purchaser becomes the owner of asset after paying the last installment. Now let us understand the concept of hire purchase with the help of one illustration. Anjali purchases a car on hire purchase system on 1st January 2011. The total cash price of the car is 4,50,000, payable rupees 90,000 down payments and 3 installments of rupees 1,70,000, 1,50,000 and 1,08,000 payable at the time of first, second and third year respectively. Interest is charged at 10% per annum. You are required to calculate interest paid by the buyer to the seller each year. Now let us solve this problem with the help of hire purchase system. Interest paid with each installment. Hence the answer. Analysis of all the installment made here. First year, as we know, the car has been purchased in the first year, that is 1st January 2011, and the opening balance of the car, as we know, rupees 4,50,000, and the down payment paid by the Anjali here rupees 90,000. So as we can say, payments towards the principal or cash price rupees 90,000 for first year. There is no interest for first year, and the closing balance for the first year rupees 3,60,000 after paying rupees 90,000. Now let us discuss about second year. 31st December 2011. The previous year closing balance forwarded to the current year, that is 3,60,000, and as we know, the second installment paid by her, that is 1,70,000, and the payment towards principal or cash price, that is 1,34,000. She has paid interest of rupees 36,000 in the second year, and after paying the principal amount and interest, 2,26,000 is remaining, that we are going to forward to the next year, that is 31st December 2012. Now the second installment of rupees 1,50,000 she has made, along with the interest of rupees 22,600. Now the closing balance of this car remains 98,600, which will be forwarded to the next year, that is 31st December 2013. Now she has paid last installment of rupees 1,08,460 rupees, along with the interest of 9,860. So here we can conclude that she has completed this agreement after 3 years, and at the time of third year the agreement both the parties have completed, and the title and ownership transferred to the Anjali.
Guys, if you find this video useful to you, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share with your friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much.